you hear people say constantly when you were younger, like, oh, time flies when you get older. But it makes you realize, oh shit, there's almost like, for the lack of a better term, don't a Lemurian time barrier that exists from the age of 0 to 18, from the time you are in the womb to 18, where you are in a modified sense of time, where things, especially as you're younger, they drag on and on because there's so much more for you to engage with in the world and absorb, and like, and all, like, there's so many, I don't know, there's so much meandering and nothingness that can last forever in the best way. You know, like, think about how many times you're just in the woods, just doing nothing, hitting a damn tree with a stick, going, yeah, I'm like in Lord of the Rings, bro. Like, that type shit. And so it's, you get those like beautiful moments and everything. You go, oh,
Yeah.
18 years. And then I'm thinking about, like, okay, 10 years ago, which would be like half of that 18 years, that, which is like it felt like forever. That was 2015, which really doesn't feel too long ago. That's when I like was getting done with high school and trying to figure this shit out. And like, oh damn, it's been a decade. But not saying that like I haven't had many experiences and everything during that time period, but those experiences get minimalized in your sense of time. And I think it's because of, you get, financial situations, you got to worry about housing, you got to worry about families and all this shit. And all these other responsibilities start to overlap your sense of time in a way where you're like, well, yeah, you don't, how am I supposed to get a house in a decade? How am I supposed to have that shit paid off in a decade? I got to be really grinding for that or something like that. And it's like, damn, I feel like, not to shit on our parents, but low key, they had it good when they could just get a low down payment on a house and get that shit started and kind of like really experience like a decade or two and have it stretch out a while, because it feels like a decade or two does not stretch out the way it did from like the 60s to probably to about 2010 to 2015, when social media and our sense of time got disrupted with the cellular phone age.